I'm always curious what people do to stay healthy. Like, what do they eat, or how do they train, or what vitamin or nutrient, or what, are they doing yoga, whatever. So today, ladies and gentlemen, Wellness Week Live, we're going to talk about Magnus's top 3 things that he does, or his current top 3 things, and my top 3 things that I eat or do to stay healthy, and what what's trending in our lives right now. And then the second thing is, let's talk about it, because we can't talk about it enough. Mental health, mind health, as I like to say, how important it is. Okay, so Magnus, let's go one for one. We're show and tell. What's your first?
Anthony, one thing. What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, what's up, Magnus? So, and by the way, we're just 2 friends. We're not giving medical advice. Always check with a healthcare professional. Magnus, how are you, by the way? It's funny. I had a couple of people come up to me, and they were shocked when I told them that I've never actually met you. And they're like, what? They think like you're in the next room. I'm like, bro, this guy's in Cali. I'm in Jersey, and we've never met. So we will meet eventually. There's no doubt.
Yeah. No, but it's one thing that is so interesting is how you like build a friendship and relationship over this. Like, it's so funny. Like, we know one another fairly well at this point.
Oh,
because we shared a lot, and we shared a lot of things that people usually don't talk about that might be sensitive. For instance, like talking about mental health, for instance, that's something that we constantly talk about with a lot of people push aside. But anyway, I'm doing great. Unfortunately, like for being California, our weather is still kind of
shitty,
sucky. It's been cold. I mean, coming in cold. I mean, we're in like 70 degrees during the day, something 70, 75. But we have not having that kind of summer roll in yet.
No, it's been beautiful here in Jersey. 80 degrees, beautiful. Really just we got that Cali weather going, baby, Cali swag. But yeah, dude. All right, so you go first, guys. Show me what you got. What's trending?
So since it's summertime, right, and we're out, and usually it gets warm, and especially for a person like me that usually trains and things like that, we have a tendency to start sweating more during the summer months when the heat is picking up. So I brought a bag of Himalayan salt.
Whoa.
So Himalayan salt, sea salt, and Celtic salt are probably one of the better salts out there because they contain a lot of different minerals in it. It's not just sodium chloride, which is our table salt.
Okay.
So this helps up a lot, not cramping, and like a lot of things that are showing that how important salt is. And with salt, I'm not talking about the foods where a lot of that has lot of salt in them. You see a lot of the pre-made food, frozen food, fast food, restaurant food has a lot of salt in it. But people that usually cook a lot of their food themselves usually sometimes don't even get enough salt that they need. And it's such an important thing. It helps with muscle contraction, not cramping. A lot of our biochemistry is important because of the minerals in it. It also helps you actually sleep better. For instance, if you're not eating enough salt, you have a tendency to actually be forced to urinate more. So, which like during nighttime, no one wants to get up 3 times a night. Like that's kind of irritating, and it disturbs your sleep. So getting enough good salt along with a good diet is important.
Okay,
so
I'm gonna have to get on that. All right.
I usually sprinkle that on top of food. I put a little bit into my water too when I drink it. It gets a little bit of that salt flavor.
All right. That's cool.
But I like it. So that was my first one. Sorry.
All right, so my first.
You go ahead. I was going to say, what is your first?
Well, this is mine. My new plant protein powder. So this is a brand I have at my supermarket, and I like it. I like to have shakes in the morning. So I have bananas, blueberries. I'll put other fruits in there, vegetables, cauliflower, and then I throw 2 scoops of this stuff in, plant protein, and it's great.
Can I ask you something?
Love it. Yeah.
Do you know what type of where the sources are of protein?
Right. You're talking about like what country?
No. More like, is it from brown rice
Yeah.
or
So correct.
yam or
Yeah. So this is a good question. Hold on. What the hell's wrong with this crap today? My stupid lights not even working. Okay, here we go. So I'm half blind, bro. But yeah. So it's from milk, uh, coke, coconut sugar, organic flax seeds. It's got, I mean, almost 50 different types of ingredients from plants. Um, you know, I don't know. Like, I think I know what you're getting at. And some of these brands are better than others. I would say you probably want to stay away from, I don't know, they say pea protein's not that great. I don't know. But
so why would I want, like, when it comes to, if you're getting plant-based protein, I usually like a mix because it covers basically all the 20 amino acids that we need.
okay.
And because if you just get it from one source,
Oh, it's
uh,
not from one source.
no,
No.
exactly, and that's what I was kind of leaning forward, and I think that's great. I drink more plant based protein.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use that too.
Okay.
But that kind of leads us into my second
What's
one,
your second
which
one?
is
Go ahead.
another protein source, and it's this. So Fairlife. It's this is milk based though, so it still contains like 30 grams of protein for, what do we have, it's around 12 ounces, so a lot of protein for a very like small amount of volume that you have to drink. This is not the best protein drink that you can get, but for us it's easy and convenient, and again, this is something that I kind of might have at night or something like that if I didn't get enough protein during the day.
Right.
I usually want most of my protein to come from whole foods.
Correct. Yeah. Whole
but
Foods. No. Yeah.
but if I didn't kind of fulfill my quota, I can chug one of these, or sit and sip on it, like basically when it's out of the fridge, so it's pretty cool and
Yeah.
nice. It actually tastes pretty good.
Oh, I love the way it tastes. Yeah. My other thing would be this. This is along the lines of what you're saying. It's a kind of a protein complex, a B12, and it's nutritional yeast. And this is
Yeah.
great if you want to stay away from animal protein because of, chemicals or cholesterol. So this takes the place or becomes pretty close to the taking the place of meat. A lot of vegans will use this. So I
Yeah.
put this into my salads because I try to stay away from meat as much as possible, not for moral reasons, but more for just, most meat's got a lot of chemicals and hormones and stuff. And yeah, you could get organic, but I don't know. I'm a fan of mostly greens, a little bit of meat. I think people who live longer, healthier lives eat less meat across the board, according to like the blue zones, which is Greece and southern Japan. They eat a lot of fish, but they don't eat a lot of meat. So I'm trying to segue away from meat. Anyways, what's your third one?
So my third one, of course, since I'm a trainer and like to train and things like that, this is something that has become really kind of hot lately.
Ladies, look at this. Look at this, ladies. Go ahead.
Yes. So this is basically.
What is that?
This is called a tib bar. So what it trains is basically train the front of your lower leg. Have become very popular with a guy called Ben Patrick, also known knees over toe guy. There used to be machines, like expensive machines that this you can basically pick up. You can find them online basically everywhere nowadays. They're not that expensive, but this is something that is kind of good to throw into your training if you're a runner, or if you're just have like knee issues and things like that. It helps a lot with like clicking knees and all those things. So this is something that I like. I like having it, or like lying around in my gym, and just, when I walk by it, it's good to just throw in a set here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm joining the
warm up.
gym, dude.
Yeah,
I'm joining. I got to start weight training because, as when you weight train, you protect your skeletal system from
yeah,
fractures and breaks and stuff. And that's the one thing I don't do. I'm all cardio, but no resistance training. So
yeah,
I'm getting on that soon.
yeah. No, no. Resistance training is probably one of the best things you can do for overall health. Keeps lean muscle mass on our bodies. It keeps our strength. It keeps our metabolism going. It keeps like better our immune system. It usually helps getting better sleep. So there's so many things, and also it's the thing that proves to work most to kind of delay aging.
Yep.
So I mean, for me it's just a win-win situation. So
100%.
yeah,
I'll take my last one here, and this is dental hygiene. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to floss. You must. It helps
yeah,
reduce the plaque by like whatever 30%. Any dentist will tell you. But these right here are the Ferrari of dental floss. They're double lined, and this floss is, you cannot break it. You cannot bend it. Your mouth feels 10,000 times cleaner than if you use a regular dental floss. These are more expensive, but you get what you pay for, and they got a little pick on the bottom there too. So like the pick is actually, hold on, son of a bitch. The pick is you pop this out,
yep, bend
and
it.
then it comes out anyway. So, but yeah. So
Here's a view that I have when it comes to flossing, and I heard this many years ago, but I still love it. It's like when you go into the shower, do you only wash the front and the back of your body and skip kind of the sides?
yeah,
No,
get
you
it
don't.
all.
Like you're trying to do the 360 full on coverage, right? Why wouldn't you do that with your teeth?
I agree. And by
It's
the
like,
way, when you have healthy teeth, you have a lower chance of heart disease too. There's a
yeah.
direct correlation between healthy gums and healthy heart. So if you have bad gums, you have a bad heart. It's that simple. So
And another thing there too, it usually affects the guts too, because
correct.
more bad bacteria is coming in because they grow on your teeth, and you're washing it down with your food and beverages, and your stomach and digestion has to deal with it. So I mean, it's a win-win situation of using floss.
100%.
100%.
Yep. Now let's talk about the other thing that's invisible, and that's mental health. So
Yeah.
that's our second topic. So I actually went on to BetterHelp today. This is the app that I use, BetterHelp.com. I went on there today, and I talked to my counselor, my coach, whatever you want to call it, therapist. And I always say, if you have a brain, you have mind health issues. It's okay to have a sore throat, but you can't have a sore mind for a day or a week. And I talked about my anxieties, my fears, my stress about work and life, and just stuff that you could say, oh, well, I talked to my husband about that, or my wife or my girlfriend, but that's fine. But in my opinion, you need to have a neutral ear, someone that can see it from 10,000 feet above, that has no loss or gain in what happens. I think sometimes, when we talk to friends, they have their heart with you or your girl or boyfriend or whatever. Like, I think it's nice to have a professional neutral party. And by
Yeah.
the way, when people say, well, my insurance doesn't cover it, well, hold on, how many shoes do you have? How many vacations you go on? You have what brand new car? How many phones? Or you have a brand new phone? You got how big's your television? You got money, folks. This stuff costs, I think, for a 3-pack of it's something like let's see, what's 3 divided by 200? I don't even know what are the 3. You're
66.
Yeah, it's like $60-$70 per session for a half hour. Are you kidding me? Best money ever spent. If DJ Tony does it, you should do it. And it's great. You can pick whatever counselor you like. You see their resume, and you can pick a Muslim counselor, a Christian counselor, male counselor, female counselor, black, white, rich, poor. Honestly, you could anything you can think of. Gay friendly counselors, whatever. Counselors who specialize in immigration, whatever. And so it's so cool. But yeah, how's your stress load, Magnus? How you doing?
Pretty good right now. I mean, summer's around the corner. I know that I'm going on vacation in a bit.
All right.
It's my birthday week.
What, this week?
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday, dude.
Thanks, man.
How old are you gonna be?
I'm turning 50.
Oh, damn, this is big. So what's going on, dude?
So the thing is with me, like I'm not the biggest when it comes to my own birthday anymore. It's like whatever. One thing, like my view that I feel is like I don't know, like what am I supposed to feel at 50? I mean,
You look good.
For me, it's like I don't really care about like age. I'm trying to be young at heart and try to keep the aging away as long as
Right.
possible,
You're
and
doing good, man.
try to stay active. But I also wanted to come into like that is also something that a lot of people stress about their birthdays, aging, things like that. And I mean, I don't know why is it that it's so traumatic
Well,
and
I think it's a reminder of you're getting closer to death.
yeah, but not just that. I mean, what are you gonna waste your time of being stressed out that you're gonna die? We're all gonna die. I mean, like, why don't try to enjoy the time that you have, be in the now, and just do the best you can, you know?
I agree with you, but I think people get caught up in, what they don't have. People get
Yeah.
caught up in money. Oh, I need more money, more money, more money. People get caught up
But
in.
that's the mental thing too, that we're talking about mental health, is that too many people are trying to accomplish something that they don't, when it comes down to it, really care about, you know, or it's just that they think because society like paints up a picture that you need to have certain things,
I agree.
which probably don't. I mean, you don't need 4 cars, a boat, a summer house.
You know
Uh,
what? But Pierre, Pierre.
you,
I'm, I called you Pierre
you
because
see my point?
but I agree. But you know what? When you're talking about that though, I think most people would agree. But I'm going to take it a step further. I think most people are not only forget about the boats and the cars. I agree with that, but I think um, people get stressed and because they want more shoes, they want the better iPhone. You know, it's relative. People get stressed out over, well, I have to go on vacation. No, you don't. You know who says you have to go on vacation? If you go on vacation, that's great. But if it's going to put you in massive debt where you're going to be stressed out, then sorry, you don't. Then don't go on vacation. Or I have to have the latest iPhone. No, you don't. Or I have to, you know, again, like I have to have X amount of shoes, or I have to have the biggest television. I think these are the things that stress people out. Or I have to have a big Christmas. I
Yeah,
can't just say, well, I'm only going to spend $15 or $20 on each person for Christmas. Oh, no. I can't do that. But then you're in debt for the next 4 months after Christmas, which is going to
yeah,
stress you out. So people, I think, put themselves in a big hole for much less than boats and Ferraris. I mean,
yeah.
and I don't know, dude. I think we stress ourselves out though when there's no reason to.
But this is also like the problem that mental health is still such a taboo thing,
Oh
you know.
yeah,
People are talking about like everything else. I mean,
right.
you can just go to a bar, or you're sitting at the airport, things like that, and the people that like they're yelling into their phones about all sorts of things, about what STDs they have,
Yeah.
like what they're gonna, how like obnoxiously drunk they're gonna do during the weekend, or
Right,
what drugs they're gonna use,
right.
and that they need to do this and do that. But mental health is still taboo.
Right, they won't talk about that. Right, they'll talk about their STDs in public, but they're not going to talk about
Exactly,
mental health. Right.
and like it's kind of, it's mind numbing. I mean, it's like still our mind and is still a part of our bodies,
Yeah.
and
Well,
it's still such an important thing to talk about and be fairly open about it, and
I
also
agree.
being honest. Is like, hey, I might be having some issues. I think I need help. I think I need a professional that actually has the experience and education to help me. It's the same thing when I'm talking to a client that, like with nutrition, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the experience, you don't know what to do with your body, because everything you're trying is failing, right? but you continuously, well, if I do it a little bit more, it might work. Or I eat a little bit less, I move a little bit more. No, it's not
You need
going
a
to
pro.
work, because there's other things that you need to take care of first.
100%.
And that's the same thing with like mental health. Like, we need to be open about it and talk about mental health and how important it is, because more and more people are still suffering in silence.
Listen, I used to suffer in silence with my anxiety and my stress, and you know, it was hard for me to because I always felt like people were gonna look down on me and see me as weak, and I think that's what it is. It's because it's invisible. Like,
Yeah.
if I break my arm, that's okay, but you
Yeah.
can't have a broken mind for a week or a day because it's invisible, and what we fear, what we can't see and touch.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's a taboo to talk about mind health and mental health. And, you know, we're getting better at it as a society, but every single human in their life at some point will have a mind health, mental health issue. There's no question. I mean, because you're a human.
Yeah.
And it's okay to say, hey, I struggle with this. I got to tell you, man, like, it was tough for me to talk about it because, you know, I'm somebody, I'm supposed to have my shit together. I'm a successful business person. I'm good looking, all this shit. And I'm not supposed to have, you know, this mind health issue of anxiety and depression. No, not, well, I don't have depression, but the anxiety and the way I was not handling my stress was leading me to become depressed. Not depression, but was making me like, you know, I guess depressed, but I didn't. Depression is a clinical term. I think it's like more than 1 week in a row, then it's considered depression. I'm not.
Yeah.
Anyways, my point is, it was wearing on me. So I could see why people don't want to talk about it, you know, but we all have these things. And, you know, it's important to talk to somebody, again, a priest, a rabbi, a coach, not only your husband or wife or your best friend, but you need a professional, you know, just like you need a professional dentist or trainer or nutritionist or, you know, whoever.
Heart surgeon.
A car mechanic, you know, you could do it yourself. Yes. But, you know, the pros are going to, you know, and it can't hurt to try. And there's a lot of free help out there too, by the way. So you shouldn't have to suffer and be, you know, stressed. I mean, bro, it was making me sick, like physically ill, like the anxiety and the stress and the, you know.
But Anthony, what I want to point out too, so what people maybe don't understand is, for instance, for me, you are one of the strongest persons that I do know that not like first of actually like telling me in private one-on-one on what's going on, and then go out and share it on internet like we're doing here.
Thank you.
And being completely open about it and saying, hey, this is what I'm going through and this is what I'm doing about it. That to me shows an extremely strong person that also takes accountability for not only their actions, but their health and their well-being and the people around them, because you affect a lot of people, especially with the person you are and the work you do and all that. So I like, that's something that I really want to point out, and everybody listening and viewing this, is that Anthony is extremely strong to come out and talk about these things.
Thank you. Yeah, dude.
You're
and
welcome.
Me, I was afraid to talk about it because, again, it's something that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
And like I said, I you know, and again, it goes also with proper nutrition, proper rest, proper, you know, whatever. And it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to have phobias. It's okay to have, you know, panic. It's okay to have anxiety. It's okay to, you know, have our mind health issues. And there's free help out there. And, you know, yeah, dude, I don't know what else to say, but it's important. And, you know, we talk about it a lot, and it's, you know, if you're watching this, you deserve better. You will get better. It will get better. You can do it. I'm nobody special. I'm a human like everybody else. And, you know, but yeah, bro, I mean, I was suffering for years, man, especially when I was just telling the therapist, you know, like when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, like those years were fucking rough, because this was back in like the late 80s, not late, it was the early 90s, and I didn't know what was going on in my brain. I was like, what's this anxiety and stress and what like, and I was like code of a morta, because I couldn't tell somebody. They would think I'm fucking crazy, and I'm not crazy, but I was so embarrassed. So I just suffered in silence. I tried to pray it away, you know, and it just, yeah, dude. So it wasn't until I was in my mid 30s, bro, that I got my shit in gear with the help of, you know, loved ones around me. I'll just say
Yeah.
that, you know, who were very brave to say, Anthony, you know, there was, you know, somebody that was very instrumental in that, and just said a couple words and kind of helped me. And of course, I had to help myself. You know what I mean? To go get the therapist, to go get the help to address my stress and my anxiety and my phobias. You know, so. But yeah, dude, it's, you know, staying silent, it'll fucking kill you, dude. And
Yeah.
by the way, if you're someone that has to always wind down every night with alcohol, you got a problem. You need
Yeah.
help. If you're unwinding every night with marijuana, that's cool. I'm glad it's legal. Fine, God bless. But if you're unwinding every night with marijuana, that's a patchwork. That's a band-aid. You got a fucking problem. You need to see a therapist, a trained therapist, and they're cheap. It's again, they're here on the phone. It's amazing. I can't say enough good things about BetterHelp. You have hotlines that are free to, but if you're drinking alcohol, if you're doing gummies every fucking night, you got a problem. That's like taking Advil for a brain tumor. You need
Yeah.
to go get your problem fixed. Alcohol is not going to help you. It's make it worse. Pot's not going to help you. It's a band-aid. You need to address it. Grab your nuts, grab your, you know what, and do it. You know, like go. And I get, bro, it's embarrassing. Like to say you need help, you feel like the biggest piece of shit. You feel like I'm a loser. I'm bad. I'm not, I'm broke. I'm, you know, you really, but once you take that, the first stride is the longest, but once you do that, then you become invincible. Then it's like, I've been inoculated. I have my vaccine. Fucking come get some. So now, yeah, like I'm 10 times stronger. I'm better. You know, but that first thing to say, like, I need help, you know, like I said, like, oh, I got a cavity. I need help. That's okay. But you can't say I need help for your mind. Come on, like grow up, people. Anyways, but yeah, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. And this is a great vehicle, this channel that, you know, I have you on and you and me, and we talk and people, and I especially guys. Women are a little bit better,
Yes.
but us
Yeah.
men, I fucking I'm fun, man. But you're drinking every night. You're doing pot every night. You're on prescription meds. You think that's helping you? Look at the back of the bottle of your prescription meds. It's fucking killing you. You need to have therapy. Cognitive talk therapy is more powerful than any prescription you can have. Proper nutrition is more powerful. Proper sleep is more powerful than any prescription drug you can have. But you got to get on that shit, you know? So it takes some effort. I understand it's easy to just pop a pill. But anyways, so Magnus, in closing, anything you want to add?
Yeah, no, I mean, like you pointed out, like us men, we need to start like being open minded and talking about this. I love that we're constantly bringing up this on this channel, and hopefully this helps people. And if you have a friend or a family member or someone out there, and you see them, be there too, and kind of like be nice to them and help them move in the right direction.
Take
Because
them out for coffee. Don't
yeah,
say, oh, my door's always open. That's bullshit. Go get
yeah,
them. Call them. Say,
bring them
I'm
out.
taking you out this week. We're going out for coffee.
Yeah. No, and because again, we need a tribe, we need people around us that support us and help us and through thick and thin. And you need to be that person for someone too.
Oh, yeah.
So
Well said, Magnus. Well said.
yeah, thank you.
And I'm grateful for you too there, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, man. All right, so everybody, check back in. We're gonna have a bunch of great shows coming up. And Magnus, thank you. Don't forget, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'm gonna sign us off in 5, 4, 3, 2.